Hello everyone, my name is AlilYalum Dilam, BP number 1901041052. Class 2B, the 3 electronic. I'm from group I'm from group 5. My partner Devita Indriani and Poppy Mulyaputri. So in this video I want to tell about describing process. So in describing process we can use linking words. So in this linking words we can use to about, fiercely, fierce, initially, to begin with, second, third, fourth, next, then, after that, before that, later, while, during, meanwhile, at this point, final, lastly, eventually, at last. So next example. Fiercely, initially, to begin the process. So dalam fiercely, initially, to begin with ini kita bisa menggunakan untuk memulai sesuatu proses. Contohnya, fiercely, you need to heat the water. So next, second, third, fourth, next, then, after that, before that, later. To continue the process. So dalam tahap yang berikutnya ini tentang second, third, fourth, next, then, after that, before that, later. Ini kita menggunakan proses yang sedang berlanjut atau proses yang sedang dilakukan. Contohnya, after the water is boiled, put the noodle in the boil until the texture is taut. So next, while, during, meanwhile, to process happen the same time. Yang seperti ini tentang while, during, meanwhile ini bisa digunakan dalam menunjukkan dua proses yang terjadi dalam waktu yang sama. Contohnya, while the noodle is boiled, pour at the seasoning and stir it. Next, at this point, emphasis. At this point, the seasoning is poured, then it is stirred. Next, finally, lastly, eventually, at last. To mark final step. So, pada yang bagian kali ini atau langkah kali ini itu bisa menjelaskan untuk langkah-langkah akhir. Seperti contohnya, finally turn off the stove after the noodle is cooked, the pour to boil and it is ready to be eaten. Firstly, the water is heated. After the water is boiled, the noodle is put in, then it is boiled until the texture is taut. While the noodle is boiled, at this point the seasoning is poured and it is stirred. Finally, turn off the stove after the noodle is cooked. The pour to the boil. At this is ready to be eaten. So describing process to main two part. One, how something happens. Two, how something is made or done. So part one, how something happen. Dalam bagian ini menjelaskan tentang bagaimana sesuatu yang terjadi atau apa yang terjadi. So in this part one, can to how something happens. We use about simple present. So in this part one, how something process, we can use to natural process. Atau dalam part satu ini yang tentang how something process ini kita menggunakan natural process atau proses secara alami yang dimana menggunakan simple present. So in natural process describe with active sentence. Example, natural process. Life cycle of a frog. So, pada part 1 yang how something happens, natural process, yang dimana menjelaskan menggunakan active sentences. Contohnya seperti yaitu natural process pada life cycle of a frog atau perputaran hidup dari kodok. One, the life cycle of a frog begins from the eggs. Initially, the eggs float on the surface of the pond and then they turn into small tadpoles with their small body and long tail. After that, the tadpoles develop and their body enlarge while the tail becomes longer. Gradually, the legs appear in order to prepare the tadpole for its future life on land. Then the tadpole starts to change into a young frog with a wider mouth and reduced tail and bigger legs. At this point, the young frog continues life in the pond. The final stage of the cycle is when the frog matures and moves into the land as a result of begin and land. They breathe air and lose the tail. Number two, how something is made or done. So, so in part two, how something is made or done, we used to human made or done it. So in this human made or done it, we can use to word simple present. So in this simple present, we can use to A imperative sentence, B active sentence, si passive sentence. So, dalam video part yang kedua ini menjelaskan tentang how something is made or done atau bagaimana sesuatu itu bisa dibuat atau diselesaikan. Yang dimana dalam video ini menjelaskan human made or done it atau manusia atau seseorang membuat atau menyelesaikan itu dalam kata simple present tense. Simple present. Yang pertama, imperative sentence, active sentence, passive sentence. Atau yang pertama yaitu imperative sentence atau kalimat imperatif. Yang kedua, active sentence atau kalimat aktif, passive sentence atau kalimat pasif. Example. Number 1, imperative sentence. Start your sentence with verb 1. Atau yang contohnya yang bagian A yaitu imperative sentence. Start your sentence with verb 1 atau memulai menggunakan kalimat atau kata dengan verb 1. Contohnya atau example. Put it in. First, remove the earth using bulldozer and diggers. Then level the ground by cutting the top layer until it is flat and level. Next, spread a layer of gravel approximately 100 thick over the ground. Finally, add the top layer with blacktop or concrete. Part B, active sentence. Use subject you or we. Atau bagian part atau bagian yang kedua atau B ini menggunakan active sentence atau kalimat aktif. Yang dimana kita menggunakan kata subject, yaitu you atau kamu dan you dan we atau kita. Example, you put it in. Example used to manufacturing ice cream. Atau menggunakan untuk manufaktur es krim. The first thing we must do is to make all the ingredients of cream, milk and sugar and then mix in large tubs. Then we heat the mix to 82 degrees Celsius to kill the bacteria. After we cool the mixer, repeat to 14 degrees Celsius. Next, we add the flavors and colors to the mix. Then we pump the mix through a special barrel pressure. Simultaneously, we whip a lot of air into the heat. At this point, we add fruits, nuts, or biscuit pieces to same frozen mixture. Finally, we pack the ice cream in tubs and we put into a blast freezer at 13 degrees or 13 degrees to 14 degrees to make the ice cream heater. Part 3. Passive sentence. We can use to be plus verb 3. Example, the oil is heated. Example sentence. How can your friend receive your voice through a handphone? First, initially your voice is received by your handphone's microphone. Second, then the sound wave your voice in the microphone is changed to the electric sink. Next the electrical sink is sent to the telephone tower. At this point the sink is beamed out by the tower is a handphone in your friend's area. After that the electrical signal is detected by your friend telephone. Meanwhile, the signal is transmitted to sound wave by the tower. At last, your voice is received by your friend through handphone loud and clear. Describing process. Use listing word to show the order of process. Use simple present tense. Use imperative, active, passive sentence. So, dalam describing proses ini kita menggunakan linking words untuk menunjukkan suatu proses atau meminta atau memproses. Setelah itu kita bisa menggunakan simple present tense dalam menggunakan describing proses atau menjelaskan sebuah proses. Terus kita bisa menggunakan use imperative dalam use imperative atau imperative sentence atau kalimat imperatif, active sentence atau kalimat aktif, passive sentence atau kalimat pasif. Terus thank you for your attention and thanks you for watching my video.